Ancestral trauma is real, whether you believe in it or not. And healing it could actually be the missing piece that allows everything to unfold for you. If you've done years of talk therapy, you've read the mantras, you've read the self-help books, and you've taken all the self-development seminars you can get your hands on, and you're still hitting the same invisible wall, this might be why. Because we all have something that we struggle with. And over time, that struggle becomes a part of who we are. It becomes a part of our identity. Maybe it's that deep fear of abandonment that doesn't seem to go away no matter what you try. Maybe you have a pattern of making money and then losing it. Maybe no matter what diet you try, you can't seem to lose the weight. Or maybe you're dealing with a chronic issue that no one seems to have the answers for. Your deepest struggle might not even be yours. If you feel comfortable, please let me know in the comments down below. What is the biggest struggle you're experiencing in life right now? And for those of you who are new, I want to welcome you to my channel. My name is Jess, and I helped determined women over the age of 30 to break free from self-sabotage and unlock success. And if you're interested in working together, I do offer a complimentary 15-minute Zoom call. The link is in the description below, and we can see if working together would be a good fit. What I'm about to share with you is gonna sound completely out there, but I want you to stay with me and hang in there because what I'm about to share with you has the power to change everything for you. What I've seen again and again in my own life and in my clients' lives is that self-sabotage is often an unconscious, distorted expression of love. Now, I know that sounds complicated. I will explain that. Most people don't really have a discipline problem, although they think they do. And maybe they feel like they're not motivated, but that's not the issue. What if there was this invisible force actually keeping you stuck? What if the woman who keeps choosing unavailable partners is actually unconsciously loyal to her mother who was abandoned by her father? What if the reason you can't stop reaching for sugary sweets is tied to a deeper longing for comfort you didn't get growing up? And what if your struggle with money is actually connected to an ancestor who lost everything? The secrets that were never spoken about, they don't just disappear. They show up later as struggles, pain, illness, disease in later generations and later descendants. And sometimes it can feel like a family curse, but it's not a curse. It's actually biology. And through something called epigenetics, trauma can actually be passed down. So think of your DNA kind of like a cookbook. The recipes aren't going to change, but notes get added to the margins. My grandmother, when I went through her cookbook, she used to tweak the recipe. She'd write and she'd cross out like 425 degrees and write 350 degrees and then change the time and make it longer. She'd add less salt and more sugar and she'd tweak it to make it her own. And that's what happens to our DNA. The notes that get added can be, others are going to turn on you. Don't take risks. Stay small and stay safe. And everyone, they're just going to leave you. And these notes, they get added through lived experiences of our ancestors like war, loss, abandonment, fleeing, survival. And those notes get passed down. And so you think your anxiety is yours. You think your fear of intimacy is yours. But your unwanted patterns, they didn't start with you. And I truly believe that these patterns show up as it's almost like they're asking to be healed. Your ancestors' experiences are a part of your story, whether or not you know that story. And it's not your responsibility to necessarily heal their problems, but it is your responsibility to not hold on to it unconsciously because it's destroying your life. Most people suffer because they are unconsciously, they're not aware that they're doing this, they're unconsciously holding on to their ancestors' pain in hopes that they can make it better for them. Remember, our self-sabotage is a distorted way that we show love. It's almost like we say at this unconscious level, I don't want you to be alone in your pain. Let me carry this with you. And it's a deep, primal need to belong to our tribe. The tribe is what gives us life. The tribe is what keeps us safe. We are hardwired, it is hardwired into our neurology to be like the tribe. And your ancestors are your tribe. You wouldn't be here without them. And your subconscious and unconscious mind wants you to be like the tribe to guarantee your survival. It doesn't matter if you've never met them. You have a connection to them energetically through your DNA. And you might not even know your family history, and that's okay, because your patterns will tell the story. And here's another way to understand it. Imagine your family system is like the heart in your body, and it's pumping blood throughout your entire body. And when we have a healthy body, blood will flow and it'll circulate and it'll go from our heart and reach the other areas of our body. But when something traumatic happens in a family, it's like a clot forms in one of our arteries and blood can't circulate. Now just replace blood with love. When trauma happens in a family system and it's swept under the rug and it's not talked about and it's suppressed, a clot forms and it blocks the flow of love in the family system. And when love is not available, the later descendants only have pain to connect with. And most people's self-sabotaging behaviors, whether it's too much drinking, too much eating, not enough eating, abandoning the very people that they love, attracting dysfunctional relationships over and over again, losing money, having money and then it be taken away from you, you name it. All of this can be linked back to our ancestors' painful fate and destiny. Unfortunately, those patterns keep repeating in a family system unless they are acknowledged and healed. So when someone in the family system is excluded, forgotten, rejected, abandoned, lost, someone later, a later descendant, without realizing they're even doing it, will try to bring that member back into the family system by unconsciously identifying with them, and they'll live out their pain and their destiny. And this is where you can start to feel like, why is this happening to me? Why can't I break this pattern? Why can't I break free? Why this doesn't even feel like me? Or you might even think I'm broken, nothing works for me. But what if your struggle it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It's just an invitation. It's an invitation to release what was never yours to begin with. Because I truly believe the areas where you feel the most pain are actually where you love the deepest. But when that love gets confused with pain and suffering, it shows up as self-sabotage and it destroys our life. If you got value out of this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody who could receive value from it. And then if you liked this video, you're gonna like this one here.